Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this is gonna be a pretty quick video. It's basically a kind of, we all know how Koei have a bunch of scenarios that you can play with, and there's a recommended clans, which is like there's 2 star, 3 stars based on difficulty, which to be honest I don't think it really reflects the difficulty of that clan, which is why I'm gonna be, you know, just posting a recommendation of 4 clans to play in every single scenario. Now, the criteria itself are pretty simple. I'm gonna try to recommend clans that are not recommended by Koei at the start. So that's one. Number two is I'm gonna try to, for variety's sakes, like if, for example, if I already recommended Oda, I'm not gonna recommend another clan close by or within the same region if possible, because if we all know in some of the later scenarios the map is just already filled with big clans, so yeah, choosing a clan in the same region might have to be done. Number three is, if possible, I'm gonna choose clans with story relevant or events, because like that's one of the draw of Nobunaga's ambition, the events and story. And then number four is rarity. What I mean with rarity is, for example, I can recommend like the Basho here, or even like the Suzuki. I can recommend them, but uh, how many times do you think, like how many scenarios do you think Suzuki faces the exact same like condition, like you got the Hatakeyama, the Suzuki, the Miyoshi, like even the other, like this exact setup exists for a bunch of the scenarios for the Suzuki. Then even the other ones where the Suzuki is in here is like there's the Oda. So the rarity of how often do you the clan is in this spot does matter in the different scenario. The recommendation itself, it's gonna be divided into 4, and number 1 it's gonna be easy, number 2 medium, number 3 hard, and number 4 extreme. So yeah, those are the scenario, and you will be hearing this exact intro of the video often because I'm gonna be reusing it. Well, I'll see you on our first scenario, the first recommendations. And so here we are. Absence of a great conflict. 1547, basically just 1 year after the birth of Nobunaga. No, not the birth of Nobunaga. Nobunaga is here scenario, but since this is a fictional scenario, the entire map is looking very, very different. Now, a slight change about this one is, after thinking about it, I could just easily recommend for the easy clan to use. I can just say, like, for example, Ochi again, they look easy, or even Shimazu here. You don't have any opponent behind you, you only need to go up and expand from there. But and there's some challenge, but I think it's still easy. The change I'm making about recommending the easy clan is, I want to give you a clan that I think is very easy to use in the scenario, but still need to know what you're doing, basically. And I think for the Shimazu, even if you don't know what you're doing, it's still safe. But what I'm gonna trying to say here is you still need to know what you're doing, so that despite it being easy, if you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna fuck you up. And the first clan that I'm recommending for the easy difficulty is the Koga Ashikaga clan. This is one of the only scenario where they are strong in the sense of having 6 castles, and then their starting position, they're allied with the Satake, Satomi, and the Chiba. So basically, your back is safe completely. Now you still have threats, which is the Uesugis, but with the alliances, you can help defend, and you can even arrange a coordinated attack to get rid of most likely Tomosada first, because he's the weaker one and the most accessible for you, and then his territory is also cut off by your castle and Norimasa castle. Like the Odawara castle here, it might fall victim to either Takeda, Imagawa, or even Hojo, because it's cut off. So yeah, even if you doesn't want to go immediately aggressive and fight against Uesugi, you can also like play safe, like have 4 castle defend and then send 2 castle to attack, like the Utsunomiya and the Nasu, with the help of Satake. So yeah, the Ashikaga, I think it's an easy to use clan here in this scenario with the help that they got. You still have these two as a big threat, especially if they combine together against you. But I think you can easily offset that with your allies. And if you are the one being aggressive on them, I think they don't have a chance to coordinate. So yeah. And then it's also interesting that once you take Kanto, like who's gonna be, is it the Imagawa, is it Takeda, the Ogasawara, or even this Sadazane Uesugi? They might become a threat and a problem for you to face. So yeah, that's my easy recommendation. For the medium clan, medium difficulty, I would recommend the Kyogoku. This is one of the unique scenario where they exist early. Like the Kyogoku exists in the later start state, but early, this is their start date. And I'm saying this is medium because it's a very interesting position. You start with 7 castle, all separated. 3 in Omi, 2 in Hida, and then another 2 in Izumo. So the interesting part will be to see like which castle do you, which region do you try to defend and let go. Most likely you will not be able to hold the Izumo. Like the castle, like Kasantoda is strong, so you might be able to hold it down for quite a while. But Yamana and Ochi, with player hate on, they might be swarming that castle down way too fast. And then the Hida, same situation. There's the Toki, there's the Hatakeyama, there's the Ogasawara. These 2 castles will also probably fall, but that's the fun part. Like trying to hold the outer castle that you have, while with the core of Omi, try to see where you expand. You can get an easy, quick expansion to the Wakasa Takeda clan, or you can go aggressive, immediately beat down, like not the Ashikaga because of the alliances, but like maybe the Rokaku, even the Asakura and the Toki is an option. So yeah, definitely the Kyogoku can. You still have some cautions, but you gotta know what you're doing and make use of what you have fast. Because if not, being separated like this and then having only 3 castles in Omi, the other might swallow you up pretty quickly if you don't manage everything good. You don't need to be perfect, but good. Now for the hard clan recommendation, it will actually be someone close by, and that is Mochitaka Hosokawa. Now, to be honest, I would say this I mean, I didn't realize that they're allied with this Hosokawa. So actually, I guess I have to put a caveat to it. I guess if you keep the alliance with Harumoto, you're probably fine, and then you can expand against the Hatakeyama or even the Kono. But the reason why I was gonna say it's hard because I thought not one, they don't have this alliance, but apparently they have. But you're separated into two sides, two castle in Awa, two castle in Mikawa, and then you have the big daddy Imagawa coming for your head immediately. Then there's also the Shiba and the Toki being a thorn upon your side. Even if you survive against the Imagawa horde, these guys will immediately attack you, I feel like. So you might, it will be fun to see whether you can hold the Mikawa side. But even if you lose the Mikawa side, you can basically grow quickly and pretty safely in Awa, especially since now I realize they're allied. But I think if you say you don't ally with the Hosokawa, or if you just let the alliance like stay for 1 month or 2 months, then even this is might be hard and challenging. To be honest, looking at it now, I might actually swap the Hosokawa and the Kyogoku, like Kyogoku as hard and Hosokawa is the medium, because this alliance is the one that's making this start way easier now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap it. Medium for Hosokawa and hard for Kyogoku. Now, for the final recommendation, the extreme one, we're actually gonna go to Kyushu Hell. And that is the Kikuchi. They are in a very, very bad spot. Starting with 3 castles, but Shimazu coming your way, Tomo coming your way. Even the Shoni is not to be underestimated. Legit. Like, Kyushu separated into 4 clans basically, and Kikuchi, you have a very, very bad spot. Even I'm not sure that I can do it. I might try. This is a very interesting clan to try, to be honest. Trying to survive against Shimazu, Otomo, and Shoni with only 3 castles and no alliances. Ooh, this is an extreme challenge if I ever see one. So yeah, those are the 4 clans that I recommend that might be cool, fun to try in the absence of a great conflict scenario. To be honest, you cannot go too wrong in this scenario. Even Kitabake or Toki, hell, even this Hosokawa can be cool. The Hatakeyama, the Ogasawara, even Shingen in this start, I think it still will be easy, especially since you're Shingen. But again, it's just there are many interesting clans because this is like, again, this is fictional map and very different than the map that we usually see. So yeah, either way, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.